TGIF Warriors. How you doing, Alexander and Mike and Steve? Everyone doing okay? Who had a good week? Give me a Y. How you doing, Blake, Ryan, Brand?
TGIF, coach.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. People enjoyed the webinar yesterday, Blake. Uh, yeah. Okay. Will, how are you? I think there's a couple new handles in here. Marcus Tolman, are you new?
No, Marcus he's been in our chat room for
Okay.
last few years. He's in oh geez, where is he at? Where is he at?
Austria.
Austria. There. Are you
Only,
sure? Oh,
yeah,
anyway, I
Okay.
know it, yeah, but he's been in our chat room for a while. Hey, Dale, when you're finished saying hellos, I do want to say a few things about the risk management webinar from yesterday.
Okay.
Are you
Well,
finished?
well,
Oh no, go ahead.
I could be.
No, we'll wait till more people get here anyway. It's cool.
Okay, all right. So Dixie, so far so good. I mean, I haven't seen any great action off it, except it's tested it a couple times. Maybe it has to again. Maybe we just come out of here. Not back over this dotted line would be your first sign. Well, this is really your first sign, but start getting some confirmation back over 98.60 and Euro. I think it's kind of constructive the dollar that Euro pound is doing this, but it could hold here and make another run. Really, uh, quite a mixed bag this week when you think about it. Everything that's happened. I'm trying to think of what would you call the biggest market mover this week? Would it be risk from the bad close Friday? Um, Gold had a good move. It's given it back. I'm still not convinced that we're going to new highs. I've done quite a few interviews, and almost everyone I've talked to, except Carly Gardner, when I ask them about this, they say, "Oh, we're just consolidating." And then I put the question to them, "Well, how do you know it's not distribution?" And none of the answers were good. Well, just too bullish of a market and, what's happening with the dollar. It could only mean that we're going sideways before another wave up. I don't know. I think it's pretty crowded. And so we'll see. My big trades for the week were short gold. I actually made money in gold a couple of times, even though I was wrong the market. And that's what we were talking about yesterday, is that when you take partials, you have $10 made in gold and you take it down to BE, you could be wrong about a turn and still be okay. Okay. People from the outside will say you're wrong, but you're a trader, not just a forecaster. So you could actually make money being the wrong way if your timing is good and you learn to take partials. So that's my lesson to spread to you. Also, I think silver may have peaked at this 8.5 level, and I'm still counting on the dollar. So that's about it. I don't know what to do with the S&Ps. Um, I keep looking for a top, maybe. Sure retraced a lot. And great call by Blake yesterday that they had a harmonic at the high. That was at the beginning of the show. So that was a great scalp to the downside from up at 64, 80 handles. I'll take that every day. So go ahead, Blake, take it away and talk about what you want to share about
Yeah,
the
sure thing.
webinar.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for being on the risk management webinar yesterday. I thought it was an awesome fireside chat that we had, and I want to, I mean specifically with uh, Dale and Brian and K-Man there. We had obviously we had others with us as well. I think there was seven of us, but I think it was a really Great show for everybody that was there. So I want to announce a couple of things regarding that. It's not too late to be able to listen to the show yesterday. And by the way, if you guys were listening in yesterday and you have any feedback and you want to let us know in the chat box, please let us know. But if you're like, shoot, I couldn't be there, I didn't register for the newsletter today. So right here, you click right here, right in the middle. You can get right to our newsletter. And this way you'll get updated on whenever we have an update on trading analytics. You can get updated there. But we will be posting the link to the risk management show literally this weekend on this weekend's newsletter. So you guys will have that link. It's in editing right now, and actually, I think we'll have it out here very shortly. But it will be on YouTube, but it's only going to be private. So that means you have to have the link to get to watch the recording. That means you have to, read the newsletter. Obviously, if you're in the chat room, you'll get it there in the general chat. Also, if you're, just using Forex Analytics, let me go back this way. If you're utilizing Forex Analytics, you can come up to you'll come up to your bell notifications here, and you'll be notified when that has been uploaded. Remember, these are private. It's never going to be public ever. So, and I think I think the amount of knowledge, it was an hour and a half. Ryan, what do you have to say about yesterday's show?
Yeah, I think it was great. I think you hosted it very well, and all the traders, Dale, Nick, Kay, Stelios, Leandro, everyone gave a good presentation. Funny enough, on the show, I set a task for the Flow Show viewers. I wanted one important thing that they took from that, and we got a lot of responses, and we probably spent about 20 minutes going over different things again on the show as well. So it is a big subject. You can never cover it in a short hour and a half, but it's a step.
Yeah, I think
Any excuse to put on your trading jacket.
That's true. That's true. No, and I can't accentuate the importance of what we talked about yesterday. Again, it's longevity in the markets. If you guys are just here to make a quick buck, you're in the wrong spot. I mean, look, if you're listening to the show and you're like, oh, I just want to make some quick money and it's easy and I'm just gonna buy whatever you're buying or sell whatever you're selling, you might as well go find someplace else. Honestly, just go listen to some, dingbat young kid that, made some money on some shit coins. Go listen to their YouTube channels. But if you want longevity in the markets, if you want to be around for decades, trading these markets, having skills for the rest of your life, you have to start with risk management. And there's no better place to be than where you're at today. So, make sure you register for the risk management webinar show, or excuse me, the trading analytics newsletter, or our newsletter. You'll just get an email every week, kind of gives you an update, and you'll get the week ahead video, and you'll give you an update on what's going on next week and blah blah blah. No, just a couple announcements with our company. But then you'll get that risk management webinar. Watch it and learn those things. It's a lot of knowledge that came in. I mean, how do you feel about? Did you cover everything you wanted to cover yesterday? I felt I did.
No, I could have gone on for another couple of hours.
Yeah, that's true. But the key points, key points. I mean, obviously we could dance around for hours on risk management, but
Well, yeah, exactly. We can do another show on it. No, but I think the interaction with the people was good. We had and Ryan did a nice thing over the Flow Show to ask people what they took away from it, and there were some really nice comments, and that's specifically what is important. It's not important how we found the show. It's important how our viewers found the show. And so we had a few nice comments and a few good comments as well. So if people would want to revisit today's Flow Show, have a look in there. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that the chat is also copied. But I'm not sure about that to see the people's comments. But yeah, mostly is the discipline of things. Yeah, we had what else there was? Yeah, mostly that. I mean, and then it's getting your brain to like to work more than a machine than a heap of emotions, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's you know I think there's so many different aspects of it of risk management. I think and we all come from different ways that we trade, and there's no like right answer for everybody, all engulfing, but there are certain aspects that you have to incorporate in your trading, period, end of story. I mean, there are. Anyway, we could go on and on and on, but Mike, I'm sorry, Mike Delfino, you have actually been blacklisted. We have blacklisted you. So that happened. We did that like a couple years back. So I have you're just not going to have access to it. Sorry, buddy. Try back some other time. Just kidding. I don't know. I'm I'm totally joking about that. Mike, I don't know what happened there. I would check uh check your um junk mail or spam. I mean, my Zoom emails go to my spam. That's just part of being with Zoom. So but anyway, or you can just take you can take a trial, come into our chat room and then grab it there.
Can I just add something? Because we've had
Yeah.
a couple of issues. It might be our mail server that does all this.
No,
because it
no,
seems,
don't blame it on our stuff. It's not, we never do any wrong. So
it just seems anyone who's previously unsubscribed and then has tried to resubscribe, it hasn't
there you go.
kicked in that it hasn't overridden the unsubscribe. I don't know why that is. There's maybe a setting there. So a couple of people have had to re-add and jiggle it about. But if you've previously subscribed and unsubscribed and you had that problem registering for the webinar, you can either use another email address in the short term, or you can add a full stop somewhere in your email address, which changes it as far as the program's concerned, but you will still receive it to your thing. I've just put an example in the chat there.
Yeah, and again, when you're going, just go right here in the middle, and I'm sure you guys have multiple email addresses. Plus, you'll be enrolled for another. We're giving away a trader funding program assessment this month and a coaching session. So you'd be double entered to win. So just put in your name and put in a different email address, and you'll get on the newsletter, and then you'll get the link from the recording in the newsletter on Sunday. So just do it that way. All right, guys, and we spent enough time on this. We got to talk about stuff that's going on. Stephen Moran, and if you guys didn't read this paper that he authored back in November of last year about the Mar-a-Lago accord and restructuring the global monetary system. And knowing how we posted this in the chat room eons and ages ago. Michael Brown put it back in the chat room last night because as a refresher to how much of a dollar bear he is. He's being added to the FOMC now. He's only going to have that spot for 5 months, but I got to ask you guys what you think as far as your thoughts on this, because the intent of filling that chair was supposed to be the next FOMC, chair.
Yeah.
Now, there hasn't been any talk about that, but are you guys thinking in that realm right now, Ryan? I mean, are you thinking like, holy shit, that's what the market thought initially. I mean, that's why the dollar sold off late in the day yesterday.
Yeah, that was the initial thought. But then he is only there for 4 or 5 months, so it is.
Says who?
Potentially. well, potentially it's temporary. He could
Yeah.
always get promoted to the head job. The first question I've got is, and you guys might know, if he's taking Kugler's seat, does he automatically get a vote because she was a voter currently?
I don't.
Secondly, you know, it's a known unknown. We should know that there's going to be 3 dissenters now if they stay on hold in September. Okay, we know we're going to get Waller, Bowman, and Moran now voting for a cut. However, it doesn't really matter if they're going to cut anyway in September, so it makes no difference. The other thing, last thing I had is that you get these people before formers when they've done the job. They're all big mouthpieces when they're not in the hot seat. It's all usually a different situation when they are in the hot seat. Now, he's one of, you know, a group of Fed heads who are on the board. So his voice is potentially one of many. So he could be there and he could cause a stink and throw out some big, heavy comments. But is it really going to matter? Because he's just one voice.
Right. Okay. So you bring up a couple of things, and K-Man, I'm going to come to you here in just a second. As far as we don't know that what Moran is, what his role or how long he's going to be there. But like I said, that seat was to be taken by one of the Kevins, apparently, to be the next Fed chair. And if we catch wind, that the moment we catch wind, if this happens, that Stephen Moran is slated to be the next FOMC chair, we have to just bank on the fact that the euro is going to 125, like immediately. Like I'll drop everything and just buy euros or, you know, sell dollars. I mean, that would be my instant gut reaction, because that's what the algos thought yesterday when that came out. But again, as you pointed out, it's very unclear. I also think you make a great point that, you know, it's kind of like trolling. Like you know, there's a lot of people that talk shit on the internet. They would never talk shit to your face. If somebody came face to face with me and tried to say some of the things that they said to me online, I'd, you know, stick their head up their ass and pull it right back out their throat. So, and they know that. So they're not going to say that to me, you know, to my face. It's same thing with, you know, you put somebody in the that writes all these big papers, talks a big game, but then you put them in the you know, hot seat, as you pointed out. Yeah, he might be like, wait, whoa, you know, you know what I mean? Feel the pressure,
we
public pressure.
We know how to grill people.
Right. So
Get him on,
you
Dale.
know,
anyone interested in being interviewed right now?
Yeah, get him on. Get Stephen Moran on.
Anyway, so like, you know, I think that's a really great point. But K-Man, I got to hear you. I want to hear your point of view. Again, I listened to you guys' flow show this morning. I only got to listen to like the first 15 minutes because I was trying to do other things this morning. My son's leaving for Mississippi, like literally in like less than a week. So the scramble is on. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. K-Man, what are your thoughts going into Moran?
Well, Ryan summed up what we said on the flow show really. Listening to Besant and Trump himself, I don't think he's going to be the next FOMC head. And the market is. We also talked about moves, okay, and if you look at the move that we saw yesterday. And then into today, remember the first time that Trump was wielding that letter to the Republicans saying that, oh, this is Powell's resignation letter, the dollar reacted fiercely, right? But the market is getting used to it now. And okay, Moran was a surprise probably to replace Kugler. But I don't really think that he's going to be the next Fed governor. That doesn't mean that he can't create havoc in the meantime at the Fed, because he's supported by Trump himself. So he may put a lot of pressure, scream a lot, especially if he's not going to be the next one. He's going to give him a green light to shout even louder. So we may have some stuff coming, but I'd really take it one comment or one play at the time, because it's, as I said, I mean, the market is getting used to it. Look at dollar yen, for instance. It's at the high of the day. The rest is not really moving that much anymore, because now we are waiting to see what is really going to do. And if it's only there for 4 months, it's going to be ripples more than tsunami waves, I think.
Yeah, all right. Well, I think yes, definitely, and I think it's worth noting. Again, I think finding out what his role there is going to be vitally important. It's you know, I'm if you guys have listened to me for the last 6 months, periodically from time to time, I'm like, especially as the dollar was falling, I'm like, I have a hard time being long dollars overnight. I really do. I still feel that there is some risk sometime in the next, couple years that we face some sort of I use the term Mar-a-Lago Accord, which is now very relevant because of Moran's involvement in the FOMC, but I'd use that term for the last several months because this has been the talk amongst the murmurings amongst the Trump administration is, some of these trade deals could be really put together and with the intent of weakening the dollar at the same time. And that's the thing that does concern me about, and I'm the last few weeks I've been buying the dollar and selling the dollar, so playing both sides. Obviously, most people know, especially if you're in the trades room. I literally was last night. I shorted the euro at 116.77, and I stayed long dollars and short euro overnight and closed it out at 116.35. I got limited out last night, so I do play the dollar on the long side, but it does make me nervous, and it makes me even more nervous now with Moran there. But anyway, that's going to be something that this is not going to be the first time we talk about him, and it's not going to be the last, obviously. Now that he's coming into the Fed, at least for the next few months, we'll have to see what his future role is. Hey guys, we just got some comments from Pill and Ryan. What's up with Sterling? I mean, we had this really nice rally following the Bank of England decision, the undovishness that we got. It really goosed Sterling, and I had a pattern in play that got pushed out at the neckline at the at the entry point, kind of disrupted this pattern that we had, but now it's looking a little weaker. What's Pill saying this morning that's giving Sterling some shivers?
It's not really said a lot, actually. Usual blathering rubbish. No, the main damage was done yesterday with that much tighter vote. We were laughing and joking about the vote split and everything, but the real news was that it was a tight vote, 5-4. The Bank of England are still cautiously dovish. It's going to be a slow process. They're still worried about inflation. They upped inflation forecasts a bit. They upped growth forecasts a bit, which is laughable, because then most of the comments were how they'd been surprised by everything not going as he expected. So yeah, the pound's at a reprice, as Michael's pointing out in our room. A little bit of reprice across the OIS and everything. But fundamentally, is there a reason to be piling into the pound? The answer, in my opinion, is no. I'm happy to stay short. I'm long euro sterling, and I tapped cable up at that 134.50 I pointed out yesterday. So
I got long some euro sterling as well, and I want to. I mean, we got a nice little cipher developing, and you guys would have known that if you're Forex Analytix subscriber. You can see that this was sent out an hour ago for the euro sterling, and Giannis played in Calimera. Giannis, who's in Athens. I met him actually in person when I met Steve for the first time. He just got long some euro sterling as well. So
you need to be aware that we've, apart from the big option in Aussie dollar 65, we have got I think it's around 1.8 billion. Yeah, you can look it up there. There we go.
and
down,
sterling.
down,
Oh,
down,
wait,
down,
right
down.
here.
Yeah, 1.6, just call it 1.6, 86, 70, 60, 70. So we've been floating around there since last night. So we could find we're glued around this level until those options expire.
Oh, that makes a ton of sense. All right. Thank you, Ryan. Hey, K-Man, we got
Hey, hey.
uh Canadian
Canadian.
Canadian employment data. Jeez,
Canadian.
Friday. Gosh. Yeah, we got Canadian employment data coming out. Any thoughts here? And any thoughts on like the loonie as a whole? I
Yeah,
just
Looney. I showed it this morning again. I think okay, we had that spike over 138, right? And then
yeah.
there is not too far above your blue line there. I still have like a longer term line incoming around 137.80. I think that's going to be the level for me personally on the day if we get a weak report.
Oh
As
yeah.
usual, keep an eye on obviously the employment change, the unemployment rate, but then also on the balance between part and full timers, which usually give us a bit of idea whether the original move could be viable or not, depending on that balance. And but really, I think we are we are actually building those ranges. We are on a bit of a level here, right? As you have on your chart there too. 137, 2030 goes below, maybe another push lower down below the figure, but will it have enough power to really dump is another question. I really feel like the market, barring crosses or so, is a bit clutching at straws for on the dollar right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a struggle being long dollars at the moment. That's for sure.
You know,
It's not an easy.
this is right out of Edwards and McGee. It's called a doggy bottom.
Doggy bottom.
Yeah, you have the tail, and then you have the two legs, and then you go up, and then you have the head,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's a doggy bottom.
Okay.
Woof,
The
woof.
only thing you have to be careful about if you trade this formation is if the doggy lifts his rear leg.
Ah
Then
yeah.
you get little
And if it
tinkles.
and if
You get
it
little tinkles on the RSI here as
and
what
if it
happens.
Yeah, you're on today, Blake.
and
I'll
it,
tell
and
you.
if it
All right.
collapses, is it then the puking camel or so?
Anyway, well, it could be, could be a horsey bottom too. But
Mm.
anyway, I think it's a formation that everyone should have in their up on their wall. The
Mm.
doggy bottom. There it is. It's a bullet formation.
That does look like a dog, Dale. I mean, look like here's the puppy tail, and here's back legs, and
Yeah.
the front
Woof.
legs there, and yeah, it does. Here's
So
the
I mean, I
ears,
bet we're the
yeah,
only program
nose.
on the net that talked about a doggy bottom today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be, might
For
be.
sure.
So, and by the way, I mean, this is, jokes aside. Oh, hey, stop writing on my stuff,
I've just put a
Ryan.
copyright on it.
Copyright. This is a bullish pennant into triangle support. I mean, I bought some dollar CAD just moments ago, just so you guys know. I bought. I mean, in the chat room if you were there, I picked it up at 137.36 about a half an hour ago because I feel that this is really critical support. I got my stops below the 618 now, so it's manageable risk. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of trying to buy some things ahead of the data. I mean, I'm up like 9 pips right now. I'm not, it's not a huge position, but my intent is I actually want to be long more. So if it is really weak data, my intent is I just want to have an opportunity to cost average into a better position. So, but anyway, doggy bottom. There we go. We'll set up for this data here in a second. Ryan, you have any thoughts on Canadian data?
No, just
Okay.
yeah. I don't think it's going to change much unless we get a really big number either way, downside or upside. But it has been pretty good of late. It's been pretty positive. I know the unemployment rate's been ticking up, but the net change has been largely positive. So if we do get a wobbly one, then that's going to be the US and Canada maybe having a little bit of a blip.
So you don't think it's going to change the pricing for central banks here for the Bank of Canada?
Only if it's a big number. Only if like
Okay.
unemployment goes to 7.2 and it's a minus 50K, minus 80K jobs number.
Got it. Okay. All right. By the way, that's central bank pricing. You could see, you know, you want to track what the Bank of England looks like nowadays. After some of these after the Bank of England meeting.
No,
Check.
no good, no good, no good,
Ooh, bad data.
no good, no good.
Oh,
Yes, let's
yeah.
let it spike. Let it spike. Let it spike, baby. I'm glad I'm long some dollar CAD. All right. I haven't
The
added, by the
unemployment
way.
rate was better. Unemployment rate
Yeah.
was expected to go up.
Yeah.
Looks like the revolving door is on, the full-time and part-time thing. So
Yeah, you can't chase that when you got conflicting data. Headline, as you pointed out, unemployment. Hey, I'm just gonna stay on what I got.
Don't manufacture trades today, guys.
Yeah. Good risk management point. Speaking of which, Dale, I wanted to mention this, and then we can. I know you don't have a guest today, so let's. I'm gonna make a couple announcements. Actually, this is a big one, guys. Do you remember last year where
Gelman,
we what?
Gelman.
No. Last year we partnered up with the Gelber Group,
Oh,
which is
Gelber.
hold on, Gelber Group. No, damn it, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, I remember they came in. Some people did sign up with them. Some of our people.
Yeah. Actually, they ended up hiring two traders from the Breakout. So the Breakout 2 is coming, and we're gonna have the guys from the Breakout on next Wednesday. It'll be after your interview, Dale. I believe it's next Wednesday. I'm gonna confirm that. You'll see all the social media stuff. These guys are, first of all, if you don't know who they are, uh, Brian Gelber is one of the original market wizards. He's built an amazing prop trading firm that is based out of Chicago and New York, and that they even have an office in Amsterdam. They are only looking for U.S. based traders. Like, and then they do a month long competition. It's free to enter, but you actually have to, you know, fill out their application. You have to fill out their, you have to be interviewed by them. You need to submit a couple years worth of trading, just like if you're going to a real prop firm, because they are a real prop firm. When I say real, they're brick and mortar. You go there, you're paying, every month you've got to pay $2,500 just for your Bloomberg. But that means you have to make that kind of money. I mean, that's kind of like when you're at a firm like this, like, you know, I did for 20 or for 4.5 years. You know, your Bloomberg costs come out of your bottom line. I mean, so you gotta make that every month. But these guys, but they're real. This is their office. You know, you
Nice.
actually trade in one of their offices. We're doing another a collaboration with them. So Tommy is a friend of mine. He's the friend of the Tommy that I traded with. They both are good friends out of New York. He is an amazing trader. Tommy Peltier. He also knows my son's girlfriend's dad, who is the head trader over at over City. Is it City? No, it wasn't City. It was anyway, head FX trader for 25 years. And we exchange texts all the time. It's great. These guys are awesome, super pros. So if you want to really jump into the realm of the highest level of trading that you can do on a retail level, being a prop trader with a company with a brick and mortar presence and actually potentially move to New York or Chicago, come do this breakout. I'll be competing with you guys. I competed last time. I think I got 10th out of the 40 people. But I'm actually going to try this time around. So
This is as close as you could get to being on the trading floor like the old Merck Board of Trade, being
Oh
around
yeah.
these guys.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's what it is, because the other is no more. So this is a really, it's, you're putting yourself in like an exchange floor with great traders, and you go in, you don't have to be Mr. Lonely.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so lonely.
It it's a really amazing opportunity for you guys. Again, this is the real deal. This is the highest level that you're gonna be able to trade at, unless you get a job at a bank somewhere. This is
Yeah.
this is it. So you're gonna learn more about it next Wednesday. Also, I do want to mention that if you haven't taken advantage of the sale that we have for Forex Analytics, make sure you take advantage of that. This way you can be in the chat room with myself and K-Man. And like I got questioned today in the trades room about how I'm navigating the euro sterling. Oops, not that one, not the euro. Sorry, my bad. Euro sterling. Pete came in and he was like, hey, what do you think about the euro sterling here? And I, gave him, some charts and my ideas and what I'm thinking. If you want access to K-Man, Ryan, myself, you want to talk to us about how we're managing these trades every day, do it right here. And that's why you should take advantage of our summer sale. So this way you're locked in well below $90 a month or something like that. It's $3 a day, guys. $3 a day. And you
For
can
you
be
to
in our,
be accountable and
yeah.
have guys out there, if they see you posting something, give you perhaps a point of view that has you not take that trade, and that doesn't show up on your P&L.
You're right. And and this
Avoiding
is,
bad trades do not show up on your P&L, but they're as important as winning trades.
you also have access to all of these great tools and analysis. Like, K-Man and Ryan, these guys are uploading stuff that you don't see on social media all the time. You get all these updates throughout the course of the day.
With
Um, with
everything.
with everything, you can go right here to the updates timeline. You can read all the updates that they sent out like 4 hours ago on the dollar mex. You can read all that, and I obviously update throughout the course of the day. So you have this on your mobile device, live squawk feed. A lot of great tools here. This interest rate pricing tool that Ryan, you can talk a little bit about this. We're testing it right now, but you want to explain to people what this is?
Yeah, well, it was a little bit of a secret.
Oh, sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
So then you can get the bias chart and then orders and options. And did you want to let the secret out of the bag?
No.
Okay, sorry.
People,
Then
people
we'll
want the good,
continue on.
come and check us out.
Come check it out. You gotta go check it. You gotta jump in and check it out. All right. So with all that, oh, is there a couple things else I wanted to say? Um, we are also, if you like the risk management webinar that we did yesterday, this month we're gonna do another one at some point, probably later in the month. If you can't attend, it's okay. Just be on the newsletter list. We're gonna do another one like that where it's exclusive to everybody that's in the newsletter, that gets the newsletter, about our favorite trading strategies for our team. Gregor will be on the next one. He was actually traveling home yesterday, so he couldn't be on yesterday's show. But don't worry, we'll incorporate whoever's not on holiday. But we'll be in that one as well. So, Ryan, any parting thoughts before we wrap things up for the week?
Just be careful. We might get some risk headlines because we got this Trump deadline for Russia, which I think the deadline's tomorrow. But the threat is that if
No,
nothing's
it's
happening,
today. Today was the day he was supposed to put sanctions on.
yeah, exactly.
But
I think
we're
tomorrow's
gonna find out if he's gonna delay him, since I think they have a meeting set up.
well,
Do
that's the thing. If he holds off doing those sanctions, then that might suggest that he's given a bit of extra time for this meeting that potentially might happen this week. If he puts sanctions on, though, that might
Yeah.
suggest to the market that we're not as close as perhaps we've been thinking.
All right. Well, Blake knows what he's gonna do. Blake got into his head, You're the only one I know who understands him, and you knew he was not going to see the Swiss Prime Minister. So is he gonna put sanctions on or wait, Blake?
I think he's gonna. I think he. But now, first of all, that was just a guess. So
No, no,
about
no, no,
Swiss,
no,
but
no.
as
You're
far
a
as
mind reader. You're a Trump reader. So
No,
go
as
ahead.
far as I think Trump really, I mean, let's face it, guys, he admires Putin. He admires Xi.
Yeah.
He wants to get a Nobel Peace Prize. I think he's going to do everything he can do to really put together some sort of to put this Ukraine situation at ease so he can get his Nobel Peace Prize. So I have a feeling that he's going to bypass everything's going to be all right. But,
Yeah.
then again,
Okay.
you've seen the comments from Medvedev. Somebody help me out.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yes.
Medvedev. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think, Ryan? What do you think?
I think he holds off if he's got this meeting next week. But I think if that doesn't yield anything, he's gonna go hammer and tong.
All right, K-Man, what do you think?
I think he announces some small measures which he is ready to immediately take off after the meeting he had with Putin.
All right. Well, there you go, Dale. We all have guesses all across the board. So
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
but I think Ryan is a great point. We just have to be really careful with risk over the weekend. And I still think this Moran situation is a wild card too. He's going to start running his yap soon and make some ripples, as K-Man said. Hey, K-Man, what are you looking towards, for next week? I mean, I'm looking for CPI. I think it's going to be a big market mover next week. We don't have much to hang our hat on, but CPI should be a big one. How about you?
Yeah, CPI definitely. And I don't know whether Moran will already be there or not, because otherwise there will be a lot more noise.
Mhm.
What else do we look at next week? Oh, we got RBA next week. Royal Bank Australia. So Aussie
They're
should
expected to cut,
next
yeah.
as well. Sorry?
Yeah. They're expected to cut, right?
Yeah, they're expecting a cut. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
those are two things to a couple of things to watch next week, and then obviously looking at the metals where they are we going to continue this festival or not in gold and silver? Gold is right around resistance. Everybody's confused about that customs thing on Swiss gold.
Yeah, like
Futures,
are we gonna be putting a big tariff on Swiss gold?
yeah, but futures, yeah, but then everybody is confused about it because it could even actually be a mistake and a misinterpretation of some rules. So I mean, this it is crazy. I mean, the physical and the futures are ramping higher. Spot is not really following the move, but obviously dragged a bit higher by it as well. And I'm as confused as the market. I don't know exactly what it means for at least not the markets that we trade there in spot or cash. And I don't know what to read into it. I thought it would have been bad for Swiss, but Euro Swiss isn't moving at all.
Yeah, I mean, well, it is it's real. I think that Euro Swiss is right up against resistance here, and this is one of those that if we get a breakout, we start getting a breakout above 94.50. This is where squeeze city happens, guys. Just remember this one I think is ripe for a move. I mean, and I showed this over on the trade off this week. If you guys have seen the trade off, really we're looking for just a simple Gartley takes us to 95 and a half. A butterfly pattern takes us to about 98 and change. So it'll take us up there. Again, these are not uncharted territory. So that's just a simple squeeze play after a long-term base being developed. It hasn't even broken out of the base. So those are all very doable levels in the Euro Swiss should we break out. Anyway, hey guys, I want to say thank you all. Especially to Dale, Ryan, K-Man, you guys rock stars yesterday. It was really an amazing event. I think I hit all the topics I wanted to talk about, and I know we could have gone on a lot longer because there's so many little specifics about risk management that we talk about on a daily basis, but it needs to be discussed. And that's the thing that most people disregard, because everybody that has these broadcasts, they're just talking about opportunities. They don't talk about risk. They don't talk about, they're just like every other trader that doesn't really make it. They talk about what opportunities are moving right now, but they don't talk about, hey, what happens if things don't work out? Which, if you look at our close patterns in play over the course of the last 8 years, we have 105 pages of them. 105 pages. Our average, forget the gains, the percent. You could go look at the percent and go, holy shit. But no, you look at what we, as a team, we lose 48 out of 48% of the time. We gain 53% of the time, or 47% of the time. Sorry. That's trading for you.
Good trading.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's team effort. That's not even individually. That's average amongst our entire team over 8 years. That means you are going to take losses. So if you don't know how to manage them, you're not going to have 300% returns. Your returns are going to be, you're going to have negative returns because you don't know how to risk manage. That's why it's so vitally important for longevity to understand risk management. So I'm glad we had an opportunity to talk about it. So thank you guys for being part of it. I really appreciate the three of you, and thank you all to our listeners for being there yesterday. Dale, I'm going to pass it back to you, man.
All right. Hey, great week, team. Really good stuff came in. Ryan, and it's always great to have you back.
Thank you.
And I get to welcome you back quite a bit, and I enjoy that. And Blake, outstanding pro, who I respect. And one thing to keep an eye on with these markets heading in whatever direction they're heading, I know it's a good thing Steve Volge isn't here, but there is a full moon on Saturday. And I'm looking for some inflection points between today and Tuesday based upon a full moon high. And the candidates would be metals, confirm a dollar low, it's been going down, and maybe even an S&P high. So I'm looking forward to trading this full moon high. And you could put on some music, Blame It on the Moonlight by Seeger. And looking forward to trading next week with all of you guys. So
same here, brother.
Yeah, don't just count your pips, count your blessings, and come join us. Trade with people that you can learn from. We're teachers. All of us are teachers. Some people can trade, but they don't know how to teach. Okay, and it's important to teach people so that they know how to fish instead of just taking trades, and then the fisherman goes away. Then what do? So learn, put some energy into it. You can't be lazy. And with that, have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you, Dream Team.
Cheers, Dale.
Thank you, Dale.
Thank you, Coach.
See everyone on Monday. We'll lay it all out on the court for you guys again. And it's only I think about 3 weeks till opening college and pro football. And
that means cooler temps are coming.
Yeah. I got another. I think I may stay here on the coast in September. It's pretty hot in September too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, enjoy that tuna can box.
I'm in sardine oil. So everyone, water. Anyway, everyone have a great weekend. See you, team.
See you, Coach. Thank you. See you, Ryan K-Man.
See you guys.